but it was only strep. So I'm better now, sort of. My voice is coming back. I hadn't had strep throat since I was like 10. That's something you get when you're 10 and you don't realize, like, being sick is fun when you're a kid. It's fun for at least a few days. You can sit at home. You can watch movies. Back then we went to Blockbuster and I'd rent movies, get a bunch of movies, watch them over and over again. My grandmother would make me French toast and grilled cheese. Being sick was good. But when you get older, you know, it's hell, you know, because there is no French toast and grilled cheese. I mean, nobody's making you anything. Nobody cares. Even if you're in a relationship or something, they don't care. They're at work. Nobody has the time to, when you're sick, when you're older, give a fuck about you. That was the whole thing. Like when you were younger, people used to go, I'll shut down, or your grandparents didn't have to because they weren't working. They were like, yo, just come here and you can be sick and we'll get you better and we feel bad for you and you want to get movies and what do you want to eat and, you know. But strep, man, and when you're a kid, you have like a sore throat. It sucks. But when you're older and you have that strep throat, and you just open your throat and you're staring at the back of your throat and you're like, there's a virus in me. There's something in me. I mean, it's hard to swallow. And you go, eventually, this is what esophageal cancer feels like. It's just every sickness when you're over 30 is just a rehearsal for the big one. And you don't know which one that's going to be, and you don't know when it's going to be. But every mild discomfort you have is a rehearsal. You know, every headache is a rehearsal for the tumor. That's the way I think. Every sore throat is a rehearsal for the cancerous polyp. You don't know when it's coming, but you know it's coming. It's a fact of life. Every respiratory infection, every wheezing, especially if you're a smoker, it's preparing for when the doctor has you in the office. They call you in that little office. He goes, hey, here are the options. What a sentence. Here are the options. You know, it's coming. Uncle of mine just got diagnosed with throat cancer. You know, great dude. Didn't really smoke. You know, had a butt occasionally, you know, and so every sickness you get past a certain age, it's so funny. It's one of the things in life that completely goes 180 degrees the other way. Being sick as a kid's kind of like fun. I mean, don't tweet at me and be like, it's not fun for Kayla who has leukemia. I'm not talking about that. I'm not saying that. Please don't tweet at me. It's not, you know who's uninsured? Little Madrigal. Right. I'm not saying that. I'm saying when you're bullshit sick as a kid and you get out of school, it's fun. But when you're an adult, it is not fun. Because you're just thinking about, okay, dodged a bullet. Every doctor visit over the age of 30, you're dodging a bullet. That's all. Because we all know the stories now. We all have enough stories now. You collect them as you go through life. In your teens, you have very few. Yes, people die, but the why is very apparent. They got in a car accident. It was a DWI. It was an overdose. Somebody got shot. It's very cut and dry as to why this happened. In your 20s, it might get a little murkier, but you still kind of know. You know, it's like, fuck, brain cancer, it's so rare. And your 30s, people die and you just go, that's something. Something not good. Just these things start to happen. As you get older, every decade, it gets a little bit less surprising. You know, 40s is a decade of like, yeah, the guy just had a heart attack in Runyon, hit his head. Hit his head on a rock. Heart attack didn't kill him, but hitting the head on a rock did. My friend told me that story the other day. 40-year-old. The guy got a 2-year-old daughter. Just, you know, out, done. Heart attack, head on a rock. Didn't die from the heart attack. Died from the hitting the head on the rock and running. You know, like 2 people in Runyon Canyon die every week?
Yeah.
People don't talk about it. So I'm not trying to make you into hypochondriacs. I'm just saying that life is too short to not be hateful. You know what I mean? People don't understand. Life is too short to hold it in. The bile that courses through your veins, like that goo that ran through the sewers in Ghostbusters 2. It's too short. You got to let it out. You got to have a group of friends where you can let it out. You have to hate the right people for the right reasons. You got to hate the right things. That's why hopefully you listen to the program, because I do a lot to help direct your anger into the right places where it should go, where it's productive. But life is just too short. You're going to go. It's coming. It's going to happen sooner than you think. And, so spend your time on this planet airing out your grievances. I'm telling you, you're going to regret it. Spend time on the planet letting people at the hotel front desk know the shower is not as warm as you would like. In fact, you'd like it hot. And it's not what you consider hot. Have the engineer go in there and check the room. You only get so long on this planet. Let the waiter or waitress know exactly what you think of the club sandwich. If the bacon wasn't crispy enough, let them know. Don't hold it in. When you hold it in, that becomes cancer. Let it out. Let it out. I'm telling you. I went to the urgent care to get diagnosed. So urgent care is quick. You're in and out. Boom, boom, boom. That's what I'm into. I like the urgent care because I feel like if I go to like a real doctor, I'm going to die. Because they're going to really look at me and they'll really figure out what's going on. And it's the last thing I want. So urgent care is quick. No, I don't think any of them are real doctors. They're all like UCB, improv kids that are pretending to be doctors. The urgent care is that they urgently want you out of the office. It's like a 5-second diagnosis in an urgent care. They're like, hey, what's up? You're like, I'm bleeding. They're like, yes, queen. Here's a script and go. If you need, go get a potato and put a Marlboro Light in its mouth and watch that and then press play on your phone.